Hello y'all, and welcome to the Young Folk Knits channel. Hello y'all, and welcome to Young Folk Knits. My name is Casey, and on this channel I mainly like to chat about my love for fiber arts. Knitting, crochet, sewing, spinning, and who knows what else. I also love to chat a little bit about life on a small farm here in Arkansas, where my husband and I and our children are beekeepers. We love to raise chickens, gardens, animals, and really enjoy spending time outdoors here in the foothills of the Ozarks. So if any of that sounds like your cup of tea, then make sure and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on any new video content. Last week, we got to chat all about summer tops and knitting patterns, and it was really fun getting to look through my saved bundles and all the patterns that have really caught my eye in the summer knitting category. And honestly, I am kind of done with winter knits at the moment. I'm ready for summer, so I have gotten really excited about all the summer yarns, all the summer patterns, and that's really what I've been wanting to work on. Most days right now are hitting a high of 79, 80 degrees, but the mornings are still chilly. We do still have the odd day with a high in the 60s every now and again, so there is a little bit of chance to wear some wool, although not that often. So I am super excited that I finished my coffee run collar. Which is a pattern by Samantha Guerin, and I finished it just in time to be able to wear it a little bit. Y'all, I absolutely love this. I love how it turned out. I knit this pattern in Sandnes Garn Double Sunday, and I think it's the color Dusty Olive, but I will put it in the description box below. Like I said, this is a pattern by Samantha Guerin, and she is just the sweetest thing ever. I love so many of her designs. She actually designed this in the Sonder Yarn 4-ply, held with a strand of their mohair, and it's beautiful. I absolutely love it. I am allergic to mohair, so I thought about using Surrey, but I did have a few balls of this in my stash, and so I wanted to go ahead and use it. I thought one strand might be nice and easy, but they do have kits for that on the Sonder Yarn website in lots of different really pretty colors. I love this because it does have a full turtleneck length collar, but I love that it's nice and wide, so it sort of falls open when I wear it. And when I was picking up the neck stitches, I actually came up with a count of 2 more stitches than the pattern called for me to pick up, and I was okay with that because I wanted to have some breathing room around my neck. It still has enough structure to sort of stand up though, so it doesn't completely fall over, but it doesn't squeeze your neck, and I really like that. The back only goes down far enough to be hidden in your coat and to stay on. So this is the Dickie style collar, and I love the fact that you can just throw it on over whatever you're wearing. You don't have to worry about size, so it's a great gift. And the tucked ribbing pattern, it just knit up so quickly. You just couldn't wait to get to the next section. I really, really love this. I think it turned out great. think that it would be really cute if you folded it over and sewed down the collar. If you don't like things up high around your neck, I think that would be an awesome option as well. If I do another one, I might do that just so I have a couple of different options depending on what I'm in the mood for. But I also love, you know, if you're outside and it's really cold, you can definitely kind of pull this up if you're outside and sort of hide in it a little bit. So I really love this. I think it looks great underneath a jacket or coat, and you don't have the bulk in the arms that you would if you were wearing a full sweater. So I can't say enough good things about this. I did do a tubular bind off on the end, and I did not do a tubular cast on. I did a alternating cable cast on, which looks like a tubular cast on, and it is what was called for in the pattern. However, by the end of this, I was done with, no, you know what? I did a tubular bind off on the neck as well. I thought maybe I did a regular bind off, but I didn't. I was good and did a tubular bind off on the neck too. I was not paying attention, and when I first started working on it, you have this I-cord edging, which gives it this super neat finish all the way across, and I did not even read that instruction. I was just in my own little world. So when I first started out, I have this garter stitch edging for some reason, but I was able to, as soon as I finished my ribbing, I was able to just go straight into that I-cord edging, and it looks fine. It's also on the back, so you can't see it. It will never be noticed on a galloping horse. So I am happy with how it turned out. That is actually my only finished object. So before we get into all of my whips, I wanted to chat a little bit about the sponsor for today's video. Nordgreen is a really wonderful company that's based in Copenhagen, and I was really excited to be able to try out their watches. I do love to wear some minimal jewelry. I love rings. I like some really basic necklaces, but sometimes I feel overwhelmed with a lot of jewelry. The one thing I feel like goes with every outfit is a really nice watch. So I picked out this beautiful infinity watch, and I ordered the 32mm in gold, and I absolutely love it. But what I think I love the most is the fact that with literally the push of a button, you can change your strap and instantly have a new watch. So I also picked out their brown leather, which I can interchange with this gold mesh and have two classic looks. And I have been so happy with the quality of this watch. Something that is important to me about any brand I choose to wear or support with my business, their environmental impact. Nordgreen is certified B Corp. That means that they're part of a global community of businesses that meet high standards of social and environmental impact. And every time you purchase a watch, you get to choose a cause that resonates with you the most for Nordgreen to make a donation to. I think a lot of us are really thinking about the impact that businesses have on the environment this month, since April is Earth Month. So it really makes me happy. I can feel good about wearing this brand. If you're interested in finding out more about Nordgreen, then I will have a link in the description box below you can click on. And also, if you find something you love, then be sure and use the code CaseyApple for 15% off your purchase. Last time we chatted, I had shown you my Birds of a Feather shawl. So this is a pattern by Andrea Mowry, and it uses two different yarns. So you have alternating panels of a sock or wool yarn. This that I am using is a singles wool yarn from Little Fox Yarn Co., and it is in the color Lemon Squeezy, and that alternates with panels of mohair. I am allergic, so I'm using Surrey, and that is also a base from Little Fox Yarn, and I absolutely love it. This is a very citrusy yellow with a hint of green. It really gives me that lemon lime vibe. I have wanted something in this color for a long time. I actually got this yarn a few months ago specifically for this pattern. By the way, this is a pattern by Andrea Mowry, and it was published in a Lana magazine issue. I kind of got caught up in some test knits, so I wasn't able to work on it, but I got through my first panel of lace, which is right here. It is a really simple lace repeat, but I love it. I love working lace, and as soon as I saw it, it just added so much to this shawl. I feel like it sort of helps you work through it because you just want to get through that section and get to the next section. And it's a lot of stockinette. Nope, not stockinette. It's a lot of garter. So it's really simple. You're just doing some increases and decreases at the beginning and end and in the middle of your shawl. I cannot wait for this to get finished. I don't know if this is my color or not, but I really don't care. I'm going to wear it anyway. I have been seeing a lot of different versions of this same color, and I was watching Emily from High Fiber Knits, and she said that this color is trending for this spring, so I'm feeling very on trend at the moment. I really do love it. My actual goal is not to be on trend, but to look just like Vera Stanhope. So I'm gonna keep working on this. I love shawls. Shawl knitting is just beyond and above my favorite kind of knitting. So I'm just gonna keep on knocking this out. It's nice to be able to pick this up and just do some garter in between all of my other projects, but it's one of my favorite right now. Okay, another project I will show you is a little update on my Taylor Swift knockoff pattern from her anti-hero video. I did finally get my yarn in. I had run out of yarn and I had to order some more. So I'm working on a green stripe right here, and then I'm almost done. I pretty much just need to do the ribbing, but I do have the pattern almost completely written up. So I may put out a call for test knitting really soon. Hopefully there will be enough interest for me to fill some sizes on the test knitting. I'm super nervous because I've never done this before, but I really love this pattern. I think it's super fun. It's super retro, but if I was going to a Taylor Swift concert, I would totally wear it. This is a fingering weight raglan sweater v-neck, and I'm knitting mine out of Knitting for Olive. And so far, I've only had to have one skein of every color except for this main color right here. I did have to break into a second ball. And then this color that I used at the top, I'm also going to use at the ribbing. And so I'm sure I will have to break into a second ball of that as well. But I think it's a great scrappy project. Nice stash buster if you have, you know, a few balls of yarn in different colors. So hopefully this is coming soon. While I was waiting on that yarn to come in to finish my sweater, I did something bad because I have absolutely zero self-control, and I cast on something else. This is some lovely Camellia, I think is how you say it, Camellia Fiber Co., which is actually a yarn dyer in Nashville, Tennessee. So we're neighbors. This is their CFC Flax DK base. So it's 50% alpaca, 25% linen, and 25% silk. And y'all, it is heaven. Okay, look at this. This is the color Moonflower, and I remember when I ordered it, I was looking in the pictures and it looked almost silvery, but it's actually a warm base, and it's sort of got this creamy yellow undertone to it, but it looks very pearly to me. And this silk is giving it a lot of shine, but I think that The linen and silk content would make this incredible fabric for spring, summer, fall, winter in Arkansas. I am so excited. And the fact that it's DK, I'm sure it's, you know, I think it's something that would knit up fairly quickly. So I actually have a design in mind. I have written up most of the numbers already because I'm weird that way. For a drop shoulder V-neck sort of flowy shirt. And this is the back of it so far. So since it's drop shoulder, you do knit the back first, and then you will pick up and knit the front, and then you'll join in the round. And the drape is just, it's unbelievable. I love it so much. I'm going on vacation really soon in a tropical climate, and I would love to have this finished in time to wear it. And I'd kind of like it to hit me right at my natural waist. So for instance, like today I'm wearing linen pants, and I think that this shirt would be awesome to wear and for it to hit me sort of right here. That is my plan. It's actually a lot of work to write a pattern and put it out into the world. Surprise, surprise. So I have a lot of respect for all of you pattern designers who have been doing this. Excited to see if the fit comes off the way I have envisioned it. So hopefully my numbers are good. Something else I am about to cast on, I'm so excited about, is a kit that I got from Sonder Yarn Co. This was gifted. So it is a kit to make the Friday Shrug, which is a free pattern on Ravelry by Jackie, who is one half of the Caddy Jacks Knits podcast. And I'm just gonna tell you, these colors are amazing. Almost done. Okay. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. It's so good. Oh wait, am I missing one? So the way this is gonna work is you're actually gonna be marling some of these together, and then sometimes you'll hold it double with itself. Well, this is the color I used for my test knit I recently finished. This is what I'm obsessed with. It's called Wanderlust. I mean, they're just all so good. And it's all on their Sunday Morning 4-ply and a crew base. So they all just blend really well together. So I was talking to Melissa, and I believe that you only have to use like half of the yarn. You don't use all of it. So once I have it all wound up and I have finished my shrug and I have the leftovers, there's enough to make another shrug out of it. So we were thinking maybe we can give that away to one of you viewers whenever I finish up my shrug. So I better get to knitting. And that way one of y'all can have one too. The other thing I've been having a lot of fun doing is spinning. So I've been working on a couple of projects, both in Corriedale right now actually. And one is a sweater spin that I want to finish up. I really want to complete my first sweater in my own hand spun. So for that, I am using this fiber from Dark Lake Fiber Art. It is a 100% Corriedale wool fiber. I think it's a roving preparation actually, but it's so beautiful. It is their dusty rose color. I've already got 100 grams spun up, and I think I've got 600 grams total. So I still have a long ways to go. And I want to spin it all up before I ply, because what I'd like to do is ply my first bobbin with my last bobbin and sort of move in. And I think that way I'll have the most consistent yarn. So I really need to get busy and finish that up. But I had something come in that completely distracted me and disrupted my attention span as always. And that is some new fiber from Cami Jo Knits. So Camilla is absolutely so sweet. She is a friend of mine, and she has a yarn dyeing business, but she has just started dyeing fibers. So she decided to create a Casey colorway, and y'all, okay, I'm just saying, she nailed it. She nailed it. I mean, this is all of my colors. I love it so much. It's just breathtaking. Okay, so this is a bobbin that I have spun up. So I am going to do this in a fractal spin. I have split it into ends, and I spun up 1/2, and that's my first bobbin, and I am currently spinning my second bobbin right now, and then I will apply those two together. So I cannot wait to show you how it looks. So this one I'm actually spinning on my Dreaming Robots electric eel wheel, the 6.0, and I love it. It's so nice. I lay in my bed and spin on it. So it's really been easy to do this in the evenings. But I am using my treadle wheel, my Ashford Kiwi 3, to spin up my Dusty Rose Corriedale for my sweater spin. So it's kind of nice. I can choose what I feel like, what I'm in the mood for, and pick which spin I want to work on. I'm trying to do a little bit every day. I feel like I don't have a lot of progress on anything, but a little bit of progress on a lot of things. It has been really busy. My best friend Becky and I have recently started a voice cast, which is now available on all platforms that podcasts are available. So you can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all the places. And I am going to put a link for that in my description box. But it has been so much fun. It's just been really nice. We're just sitting down and recording from our own homes, and we're able to have a little chat with each other about what we're working on, and we've been answering viewer submitted questions or chatting about viewer submitted topics. And it's a great way, if you want to get involved in the podcast, then you can submit a question or a topic that we can chat about on the next show. You can always leave a comment on the post I made recently announcing the podcast. You can send us an email at youngfolkknits@gmail.com, or you can always comment on one of the YouTube videos with a question or topic. I am working on getting a website ready where you can submit questions at all times. It's almost ready to go live, so hopefully very soon that will be available and be a little bit easier way to get in touch. But if you have time, we would absolutely love it if you could give us a listen, maybe rate it on one of the podcast apps, and that can really help us to get going. Right now we have 2 episodes available, and we're planning on releasing a new episode every Wednesday. They're usually about 20 minutes long or less, so it's not too much of a time commitment, just a fun little yarny chat. Okay, one last thing I wanted to show you is something that is not knitting related. I have done cross stitch multiple times in the past, and it was fun. I just did not stick with it because I have small children and needles were scary things. But I'm sort of at a place now where I can get it out in the evenings and put it back up in a safe place. And my interest has been a little bit reignited. I have recently watched an episode of the Stitches and Spines podcast, which Katie hosts, and she was showing off some different cross-stitch projects that she has recently finished. And they looked so fun, and I really loved them. So I decided I wanted to start another cross-stitch project. And what am I making? A chicken. It's a chicken. So here's a picture of the pattern that I downloaded, and I'm really excited. I got some black Aida fabric, and I think this is 18. Is this 18 count? And It is a really small project, so that's something else. I feel like it's not biting off more than I can chew, and maybe I'll finish it. I've got this cute little needle tin. I've got some size 26 in here. And then you only need 6 colors for this project. So I have 6 different DMC colors picked out. And I think I'm going to try to get started on that today.
Take a train ride just to see you. Ride for hours just to please you. You don't know how much I need you, 'cause you're my home away from home, away from home, away from being alone. Run away from home, why don't you? 'Cause I did the same just for you. You don't know how much I love you, 'cause you're my home away from home, away from home, away from being alone. I don't wanna stay with you just to have to leave. If it isn't meant to be, you'll still be here eternally. I don't wanna say goodbye, I just arrived. If it isn't meant to be, you'll still be here eternally. I hope to make you my own before the train ride home. I hope to make you my own before the train ride home. I hope to make you my own before the train ride home. I hope to make you my own.
So I will update you on my little chicken progress next time. I do want to share one last thing that I have recently purchased, and then I'm going to end it because otherwise this is going to turn into an hour-long video. I just recently got this yarn in the mail, and I was able to buy it here in the US. I found a shop that carried it, and it is the Rerum Natura Antigone base, I believe is how you say it. So it is a 100% linen sport weight base. I've been obsessed with this color, especially this spring. In January, I actually had my colors analyzed by a stylist. I just recently was able to chat about it on my last podcast episode, so that was a few videos back. But she really recommended some tomato red colors for me. I think that this really fits the bill. I love it. I think it's beautiful, stunning, and it just sort of shines in the light. It's so pretty. I have a pattern picked out that I really like, but I also have an idea for a pattern in my head, a summer top. So we'll see what I decide to make. It'll depend on how much effort I'm wanting to put into a knit at the moment. If I want to just follow a pattern, then I might just make a tee. Or if I feel like being adventurous, then I might try to finish up that pattern idea that I have for a really fun summer top. All right, y'all, that is all I have to share for today. I do want to let you know that I am actually going to be announcing winners for the Bougie Sweatshirt Knit Along on the Ravelry group and on Instagram, and I will also put those winners in the description box on YouTube. I find that to be a little bit easier and a little bit easier for people to find the information if they are a winner. So I will be putting that on Ravelry and on Instagram this week, and I will have that information in the description box on the next episode. Taji and I are also picking winners for the Color Me Happy Knit Along. So Samantha Guerin has offered up patterns, and she has offered up either fiber or yarn. So we have like 3 winners right there between the patterns and the yarn. Taji and I also have some fiber or yarn for winners. So we will announce who those winners are on Instagram and in the Ravelry forum as well. So much for hanging out with me today. If you're not already, then please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out so much, and I always appreciate every one of your likes and comments. I hope you're enjoying some really beautiful April weather where you're at, and until next time, happy knitting, y'all.